everybody, good evening. Okay, today we are asked what is the values of m and n if 3 raised power of 2m minus n is equal to 1 and 16 raised power of m all over 4 is equal to 8 raised power of 3m minus n. Okay, in this particular question now, we are supposed to solve this. This is indices. We are supposed to solve this as indices, and we are going to get some some equations, and we're going to use those equations to get the values of our m and our n. Okay, let's get to it. Solution. Okay, this is the solution now. First of all, the first equation says that 3 raised power of 2m minus n is equal to 1. Okay, this one is a very easy one because we all know that any number raised to the power of 0 is 1 except 0, right? Any number that is raised to the power of 0 is 1. Now, this is indices. I want to balance their base. So that means that I can write that 3 raised power of 2m minus n is equal to 3 raised to the power of 0. Since 3 raised to the power of 0 is also equal to 1. Okay, now since they have the same base, I can now equate what their powers. So I can now say that 2m minus n is equal to 0, and this becomes our equation 1. Okay, this becomes our equation 1. Now the next equation says that 16 raised to the power of m all over 4 is equal to 8 raised to the power of 3m minus n. Now looking at this also, this is indices, so I need to balance their base. Okay, so how do I balance their base? If I look at this, I know that I can put this as 2 raised power of something, 2 raised power of something, and 2 raised power of something. So let me put all of them in the same base, because one thing with indices is this: if you are able to put everything in the same base, you are definitely going to solve that question and get the solution very easily. Okay, so let me do this here. 16 is something as 2 raised power of 4. So I'll replace this 16 with 2 raised power of 4 brackets m. Okay, all right, all over this 4 is something as 2 raised power of 2, right? 2 raised to the power of is equal to this 8 is something as 2 raised power of 3. Hope you understood what I mean by 2 raised power of 3. 2 raised power of 3 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So it means I can replace this 8 with 2 raised to the power of 3. Okay, so I will now write this as 2 raised to the power of 3 bracket. Remember, there is still 3m minus n here. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this. Okay, so having gotten this now, there is this law of indices. This law of indices that states that if you have x raised to the power of m over x raised to the power of n, that is, they have the same base. They are in the same base, just like these two and these two now. That you can write this as x raised to the power of m minus n. That is, you pick one of the bases and you subtract their powers. Okay, so let's do that to this now. Now we have the same 2 raised to the power of 4m here and 2 raised to the power of 2 here. So we're going to pick 1, 2. Okay, so I can now say 2 raised to the power of 4m minus 2. 4m minus 2, okay, is equal to 2. Let me expand this bracket. 3 times 3m will give us 9m minus 3 times n will give us 3n. Now we have succeeded in putting 2 of them in the same base. Okay, so if they are of the same base, that means we can equate their powers. So this implies that 4m minus 2 is equal to 9m minus 3n. Can you see that? Okay, having gotten this now, I'll try to put it in this form, okay, so that we can solve this using simultaneous equation. Now looking at this now, I notice that my 2m and my n are on one side, then my digits, my ordinary number, is on the other side. So let me start with this 4m. So I will bring this 9m to come and join this 4m. So I have 4m. This 9m is plus 9m here, right? You know it's plus. Once there is no negative sign here, that means it is what? Positive. So if it crosses this equation to come and meet this 4m, it becomes minus 9m. The sign will change. So we are going to have minus 9m. Okay. Now, this 3n, now remember that we have n this side as well. So I want this 3n to also cross over and come to this side. Okay. So this 3n is negative. If it crosses this equation side, it becomes positive. So we are going to have plus 3n, okay, is equal to, now this minus 2 that is here will cross over to this side, and if it crosses over, it becomes 2. Hope you understood, because this minus sign will change once it crosses this equation sign to the other side. Okay, so what do we have now? We collect 9 terms. 4m minus 9m is going to give us minus 5m. Okay, so we have minus 5m plus 3n is equal to 2. So it's now in this form. Let's call this equation 2. So notice that we have succeeded in getting equation 1 and equation 2. So we are now going to solve this simultaneously. So the first equation we got was what? 2m minus n is equal to 0. Okay, this is our equation 1. Now let's put this as equation 2. Minus 5m plus 3n is equal to 2. This becomes our what? Our equation 2. Okay, haven't gotten this. Now what do? I want to eliminate one of these what is it called, one of these variables. You know that we are looking for m and we are looking for n. For us to get any one, 2 of them should not be available, 1 should be available. So I need to remove this m so that I will have only n to work with, so that I can get my n. Now the only way I can remove this m is if this place and this place are the same. Assuming I have 10 here now, I can say 10 minus 10, this m will go, it becomes 0. I'll now have only this to work with. And how do I do that? The only way I can achieve that is I will interchange their coefficient. What do I mean? This equation 1 now, I will multiply this equation 1 by this 5, this equation 2. The coefficient of m of this 5, forget the negative sign, okay? Just forget the negative sign. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 5, and I'll multiply equation 2 by these 2. Okay, I will interchange their coefficients and multiply. Just see how it's going to play out. 5 times 2m now will give me 10m, okay? Minus 5 times n will give me 5n. Is equal to 5 times 0 will give me 0. Do you understand? So this becomes equation 3. Now let's solve this one. 2 times minus 5m will give us minus 10m. Okay, you can see that I've succeeded in making these two to be the same thing. Now 2 times plus 3n will give us plus 6n, right? Is equal to 2 times 2 will give us 4. Let's call this equation 4. Now because we have different signs, this is negative, this is positive, for 2 of them to cancel each other, we are going to add equation 1 and equation 2. Add. But assuming that they are the same sign, let's say 10, 10. You know when you have the same sign now, 10 and 10, you subtract. 10 minus 10 will give you 0. Okay? But because they are of different signs, this is positive and this is negative. The only way 2 of them will cancel out is if you add them. Now you say 10 plus minus 10 is same thing as 10 minus 10. Okay? So it's going to be what? 0. So this one has cancelled out. See what I have? 10 plus minus 10. Plus times minus is always minus. Okay? So minus will always cancel the plus. So it becomes 10 minus 10 and we got 0. Now minus 5n plus 6n. Minus 5 plus 6 is same thing as if you write your 6 first. 6 minus 5. So it's going to give us only 1 n remaining. So we have n here. Okay? Only 1 remaining. Now n is equal to 0 plus 4 is 4. So you have succeeded in getting the value of n. If this is the first time you are coming across my post, please subscribe to the channel, okay? Because that is the only way you will be notified anytime I upload another video. Alright? Okay, let us continue. We have gotten our n to be equal to 4. So how do we get our m? We can get our m if we put n equal to 4 into any of these equations. Okay, so let's say put n equals 4 into, let's say equation 1, okay, into equation 1. Do you understand? Now what is our equation 1? We have that 2m minus, instead of us to write n here, we are going to write 4 is equal to 0. Do you understand? Okay, so 2m now, 2m minus 4 is equal to 0. Now we have that 2m is equal to, this minus 4 will cross over to become 4. That is plus 4, right? Therefore, How do we get our m? Our m is equal to 4 divided by 2. That is, if we say this over 2, this over 2, these two, we cancel these two, you are left with only m. So your m is equal to 4 over 2. 2 divide itself, 1 divide 4, you are going to have 2. That means that our m is equal to 2. All right, do have a lovely day and bye.